Hey guys, it's Cass here. Welcome to not a video review, but a test video of not a mouse, but a mouse pad this time. The SteelSeries QCK white, mass white. Sorry. So I just posted a review of this just now. So this is a test video. I'm going for a different format. You can see it's up and down instead of it's vertical instead of horizontal. Just so you can see when I move the mouse, you can actually see my screen there. So what we have today is a speed comparison of the mousepad tracking to other pads, different sensor tracking. So this is a laser mouse versus an optical mouse, which I also have is plugged in here, and also the thickness and the kind of comfort that it gives. So first of all, just a speed comparison. Relatively, it's not a quick mouse, but it's actually quite soft. So if I can just I have kind of mouse feet on this, so if I'm just pushing this and give you a comparison, it's quite slow. So in comparison, I have this Everglide Titan DKT version, which is basically the same surface as the Goliath Speed version. So it's much quicker. It's slightly quicker. It's not much quicker. I think it's just the nature of the QCK. It's like this. So for example, if I take another example, the SK edition, let's get here, SK QCK, so technically this is the same thing. The QCK is slightly slower in my opinion, but this is like a used version, and it's much more, it's not as soft and smooth as a completely new QCK mass white. So just back to the, dump this over here, back to the QCK. Yeah, it just feels a little bit softer, but in general, it is slightly slower than other mouse pads. However, although I do say that it's slower, it's actually very easy to control. Like when you slide, because it's slightly slower, you can really aim your shots better, I guess. This is really my opinion. So I find that quite comfortable. So moving on to the sensor tracking. So now I've just showed you a laser sensor, the Xi, and you can see it tracks fine with the Xi. So it's basically, Xi has the same sensor as the Sensei, so you can expect similar tracking as well, but I'm just too lazy to get it out. So now going to the optical sensor. So sometimes some mice F up with this test. So there's the optical IE 3.0, and here we go. I think you can't really go too fast with the IE 3 anyway, so because if you go too fast, yeah, you'll lose control of it. It's because of the sensor, not because of the mouse pad. But in general, you can see the tracking is okay. See if I lift it off. Yeah, the tracking's okay. So it's quite nice. So if you can see, I have this Razor Sphinx here. It's hard, it's much quicker, whereas the QCK is much softer, somewhat slower, but it's still quite nice, and you can really feel the control in it. So I really like this. So third of all is the thickness. So in terms of thickness, this is again 6 millimeters. I like it because it's also big enough, and you can put your wrist on the pad and you just rest on it. It just feels really comfortable. Whereas with some other thinner mouse pads, such as a 2mm mouse pad, maybe you don't get that kind of feeling that you get from a 6mm mouse pad. The kind of softness, the kind of comfort you get is just not the same. So that is my test video of, I guess, a mouse pad. Hope that was useful to you guys, and if you guys are interested in buying it, I've got some on my eBay store. So thanks for watching, and subscribe.